Today, we're going to look at something really cool, a workflow that takes those brilliant ideas you have on the go and turns them into actual valuable assets. Let's dive in.
Okay, you know the feeling, right? You're away from your computer, maybe you're in the car or just out walking the dog, and bam, the perfect idea hits you. The whole structure for that report, it just clicks.
But then what happens? By the time you get back to your desk, it's gone. It's fuzzy, the key details have just vanished into thin air. Honestly, it's one of the most frustrating things ever.
Well, what if there was a way to grab that idea the second it happens and immediately put it to work? Turns out there's a really simple solution for this, and we're going to break it all down.
So we're going to walk through this super clear 4-stage workflow that lets you take those spoken thoughts and, using NotebookLM, turn them into things like mind maps, video explainers, the whole shebang.
And to make this whole process really easy to get, we're going to use a simple analogy. Just think of it like making a smoothie.
It really boils down to 4 easy parts. First, you pick the fruit. That's you just recording your raw ideas. Second, you carry it to the kitchen, which is basically just sharing that audio file to the cloud. Third, you turn on the blender. That's NotebookLM working its magic. And finally, you serve the smoothie by creating your amazing, polished digital assets. See? Simple.
All right, so let's get practical. Let's walk through how this actually works, starting with the setup.
The setup is so simple, and you only have to do it once. First, you just download the NotebookLM app on your phone and sign in. Second, make sure you have some kind of basic audio recording app. You don't need anything fancy at all, literally just something with a record button.
Now, this brings us to a really important idea called grounding. Because you're using your own voice as the source material, you are grounding the AI in your facts and your ideas. This is huge because it helps prevent those weird AI hallucinations, which means your final output is way more reliable.
And listen, you don't have to be a perfect speaker. Just talk. Your recording is probably going to sound a little messy, with pauses and ums and uhs. It totally doesn't matter. The whole point is just to get the ideas out of your head.
Because this is where the magic happens. NotebookLM takes that messy raw audio and poof, it cleans it up into perfect text. You get to completely skip all that boring typing and jump right into the fun part, creating.
So, getting the file from your phone to the cloud is completely seamless. You just record your idea, save it, you don't even have to bother renaming it, and then hit the share button in your audio app. From there, you just tap on the NotebookLM icon, pick the notebook you want to send it to, and you're done.
Okay, now for the best part. Once that audio is transcribed in NotebookLM, you can hop over to your desktop and start turning that raw text into something that looks polished and professional.
And just look at what you can do. From that one little voice note, you can create a mind map to see the big picture, a video explainer with graphics and narration, or a really sharp-looking infographic.
And hey, when you're making an infographic, the format really matters. Think about who's going to see it. If it's for, say, a tech support person looking at it on their phone, you definitely want to go with a vertical layout. But for web pages or documents people view on a desktop, horizontal is your best friend.
Before we wrap this up, let me just give you a couple of pro tips to make sure you get the absolute most out of this whole workflow.
So, 2 quick things to remember. First, if you make an infographic in one format, say horizontal, and then you ask for it again in vertical, the content might shift around a little bit. Just something to be aware of. Second, sharing all this stuff is super easy. You can upload it to YouTube, embed it right into a website, or send it out directly for staff training.
And just like that, you did it. You went from a random idea that popped into your head while you were out, all the way to a real, tangible asset that's ready to share with the world. It's an incredibly powerful way to work.
So the only question left is, the next time inspiration strikes when you're on the move, what amazing thing are you going to create with it?